Hi, I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel.
Welcome to the Carnegie Murrumbeena Report. It is November 2024, the depths of spring. We're right into it. How you doing, Leo?
I'm good, Gary. The end of the year is approaching us. It's been an interesting spring, but very busy Murrumbeena and Carnegie. Always something to do in real estate, and looking forward to the break towards the end of the year, but a couple of months to go, and yeah, should be okay.
Always something to do, and I've got to say that this spring's been a bit disappointing in terms of the volume of quality offerings. That doesn't mean that we don't love everything that we sell, but you know, when we look year on year, there have been greater homes that we've sold or that have come to the market, forget about what we've sold, that come to the market altogether. Not as many of them this year. I think a lot of people just sitting tight, waiting for those prices to rise, which I think is going to happen.
I think so, Gary. A bit of a holding pattern. You know, the interest rates talks are going down next year, an election. You know what, it's interesting times, but we're still transacting well. Some things might take a bit longer, or some things that are hot are actually going very quick too.
Yep, they sure are. We are finding established homes are going well. We're finding beautiful townhouses going well. The apartments a little bit slow, but mostly getting through okay. And land has probably come back a little bit. There seems to be a little bit more confidence because probably 6 months ago, there wasn't much appetite for land at all, but now people are starting to say, look, I want to gear up for the next market. And that next market, we talked a little bit about it. We said that the market is changing. We said that buyers, the window is closing.
Yep.
And I'm feeling a lot more that way. There was an article in the Herald Sun on the weekend saying that, that we've now already seen an upswing in prices, an interest rate rise or increase, I should say, or two, and all of a sudden, things start moving.
Right. And also with the rentals, it's actually the growth in the rentals that we were getting last year has been really strong, starting to stabilise a bit, which is a good thing because I think a lot of buyers will jump back into the market as well come next year. And look, a lot of those investors as well are obtaining great yields in terms of the higher rent they're getting come next year when the rates hopefully go down. They'll obviously see a big gap in terms of what they borrow versus the yield they're attracting.
It's a good point about the rentals because we've heard a lot about queues of tenants waiting and rents going up and auctions of rents and all that sort of thing. We're not seeing that. We are seeing some properties more sought after than others, but that rental crisis that we felt, and it was a bit of a rental crisis maybe 6-7 months ago. It's kind of settled down. Things now seem to be in a holding pattern. Rents are relatively stable.
Also similar with pricing, Gary, too. Every time something sells, everyone always thinks, oh, it's 10% more. When obviously with selling prices, it's obviously more so within the range. Some things below the range.
Yeah.
But no, with rentals as well, we've seen good growth. There's been precedent. And in terms of rents as well, I think it's sort of found its mark, and it's good. It's in a nice level playing field.
Yes, feels like it's a balanced rental market. Feels like it's a balanced sales market. Still somewhat favoured to the vendor. Maybe that's just because we are blessed to work in great areas where properties are in demand. But I don't think it's going to stay balanced. I think it's going to be a vendor's market to sell very soon. So buyers, if you're looking to purchase,
get in now.
Get in now because it's all your way at the moment, more so than it has been.
And if you see value, go for it. Don't wait for competition. It's like the share market. No one ever wants to buy the top, and no one ever rings the bell when it's down. So get onto the opportunities now.
That is correct. We've got some good offerings. I mean, this is always a very interesting time of year. We've got the horses on one side, we've got the houses on the other side. I always say the houses pay a lot better than the horses. The horses are a lot more fun sometimes. But, it's a time of year where people are now crunching out their purchases and sales for 2024. Some people are looking beyond already to 2025. And we'll have another show this year to sort of review the year. But I think it's going to be a pretty late finish this year. I'm not sure what you're thinking. I know it's not going to be...
I think so. And I've only got one listing booked for next year, and I've still got listings coming on for 2024. But I think it's going to be a strong finish, Gary. We're also going to be setting up, with a lot of listings, which we'll like to obviously launch next year. But there's still a ton of buyers out there. Like anything, it's always price, but the good quality listings are going. But I think also the opportunities when it comes closer to Christmas, when the listings are there, buyers always seem to, snap up those listings that whether they've passed in or come on the market.
So, Leo, things change and things are changing. We've got a new Melbourne Cup winner now. We've got a new President of the United States. So I don't know which one you backed, but whoever backed the winner, you got it right. And the others are feeling a bit sore and sorry and didn't quite get it right. But either way, we are marching on. Victoria, of course, there's some incentives now. The government is trying to get on to making things happen. They're talking about building more towers. They're talking about stamp duty. Well, they're putting out stamp duty relief now for off the plan. So it's got our project marketing
looking
guys
back years
busy.
ago, Gary, like when I look back when I was back in real estate, when I started just over 25 years ago, when there was stamp duty on obviously the land proportion for the brand new stuff, and even with the company share, it was just like the stamp duty, no stamp duty or like 0.6%. So I think it's a good thing that the state government Did they pull the lever a bit too late? Maybe, but you know what? Anything for incentive, especially for the newer stuff. And Victoria we need more urban living, especially near the train hubs and stuff. We've got the public transport infrastructure. Just look at Carnegie and Murrumbeena, how that really kicked on with the market, with the demand, people buying near the train stations. And you know what? With the tunnels and everything, about time they create more accommodation as opposed to moving out to the burbs.
Well, I wish we had a train for the airport. I think we're missing that as a national city. But whether you love the government or don't like them, or you blame the last government or this government or the next government, one thing we know is that Melbourne always seems to shine. This time of year is a great time of year. We've just had the footy finals. The Melbourne Cup's just been run. We've got the tennis coming up. We've got the Grand Prix not far away.
No cricket, obviously.
I couldn't care about the cricket, of course, but you're right. It is. Is there some big cricket thing happening? I don't know. Boxing Day.
Yeah, that's Boxing Day.
For me, it's good for when I can't sleep. I just turn on the cricket. And
it's that interesting time between, unless you like horse racing, that footy's over, cricket hasn't started. We like horse racing.
We don't mind the horse racing, but Melbourne is an event city. It's got the great culture. It's got the arts. It's got the shows. It's got the restaurants. It's got the
warm
cafes.
weather. That's what's happening.
It's got the warm weather. It's got the parks. It's got the trams. So we are going to hold on to all of the things that are dear and close and we love about Melbourne. And it's a great city, and it goes off the boil every now and then. It goes on the nose, but it's certainly always going to come back. And now is a good time, I reckon, to punt your property investment back into Melbourne, because I think a lot of first home buyers have jumped in because prices have been able to afford them to do so. Good luck to them. I hope and I think you're going to make a lot of money out of what you've bought. Shall we go into some of the things
some of the sold results,
let's go to some of the sold results. Let's go through them.
So 7 Marma Street in Murrumbeena.
Oh, Marma Street.
Oh, Marma Street. Yeah. I love this street. Yeah. Heading towards Boyd Park precinct there. It was a fabulous home, and I love those extended Art Deco one-over pairs. Sold at auction for $1,860,000 on behalf of some real delightful clients of ours and a lovely owner-occupier. We ended up having one. We passed in, negotiated, and sold shortly after, Gary.
I mean, a lot of properties just have one buyer. Some are competitive. Some of the auctions of old, where people had FOMO and were killing each other, to buy at any price. Now a little bit more balance. We are getting still a lot of those competitive auctions, but some of them is just a buyer and a seller coming together.
You only need one to transact, but obviously two or more obviously creates a bit of competition. But look, this was a special home, and when the buyer saw value, they just paid it and went from there.
So, tell us about the next sale.
Emily Street in Carnegie. Dizzy Wang and Christian de Vries handled the sale there. That was a great auction. It was that same day. It was cold winter afternoon, or summer afternoon. Was it October we sold it? But no, I remember doing the auction inside. We had 3 bidders going for that. Ended up selling for an undisclosed amount, but I can tell you it sold in the mid 2 mils, Gary, and one of the top end results for Carnegie for 2024.
Graham Callan's a very busy man. He's always selling lots of different things at all different price ranges. Tell us about the property in Glen Huntly Road he's just sold.
Yeah, 1298 Graham. He sold a few in the subdivision there. We've seen a bit of a changing of the guard there. A lot of investors selling it, owner-occupiers snapping it up. And that was a lovely apartment there, close to all the action, and newly renovated pools that's forthcoming, and can't wait to the Carnegie pools when they open up around the corner.
When's that going to happen, do we know?
I reckon probably mid next year, but who knows? But you know what? It's a long-term play.
Exactly right. Kurrigal Road is a great little spot. Tell us about this property.
This was a great villa unit, Gary. It's not often that you sell 2 bedrooms villa units with a second bathroom as well as a second garage as well. Sold that property for Dizzy, sold for $880,000 on auction day.
Well done to Dizzy Wang, who does such a great job. Kitmon Street in Murrumbeena is another fine spot. Tell us about that sale.
Graham Callan was in auction action here, had quite a busy auction there. Multiple bidders competing for that, sold for $575,000.
Leo, there's another great sale we want to talk about, which is also in Kitmont Street. Another one, same street. Tell us about that.
Kitmont Street was a lovely 1-bedroom apartment as well. Same street and right near the Hughesdale train station there, that sort of Murrumbeena pocket, or the end of towards Pothway, I should say. And sold for $345,000 before auction. Dizzy did a great job there for that one better.
Well, I did come and visit you in this auction in Perth Street. It hasn't yet sold. We are getting closer, of course, to putting the soul sticker up. But what a beautiful looking home this is. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's a lovely period home in that just over 500 odd square metres, 4 bedrooms, the most beautiful extension at the back with that turret there as well in terms of design.
Like a fairy tale home.
North facing rear yard. I always say to buyers, if you're looking at townhouses and if you got that budget for it, gravitate towards this one because that's a fabulous offering.
And nice land size as well. Let's talk about some of the auctions we've got upcoming, can we? Belsize Avenue, Carnegie. What a fine looking property this is. It's got a beautiful facade, and that goes to auction on this weekend, Leo.
Yeah, when Philip came in with the listing of this home, we were all very excited in the office here. 32 Belsize. We love selling Belsize Avenue, Tranmere Avenue, Elliott Avenue, all that pocket there Fabulous period homes with modern extensions. We've had really good interest in that one, and also should be another top end sale for us.
Another couple of sales happening this weekend, Oakley Road. This is a fine looking property as well. Tell us a bit about this.
I've been working with Mark Wynn on this. This is a fabulous single level home. Offers a lot of accommodation, 4 to 5 bedrooms there, multiple living zones. Great pocket of Oakley Road towards the Packer Park end, and should go well this Saturday.
I don't know how Graham Callan keeps selling so many great properties, but he's got one in Howe Street in Murrumbeena.
How'd you come up with those comments? Oh, you're so funny, Gary. Comedy Festival in November, is it?
Coming early this year. Yep.
That's right. That's another villa unit as well with ample car accommodation as well. Single level villas. We've been saying it for years. Owner occupiers love them. Downsizers as well as investors.
There is a new president in Washington, D.C., but there is a new auction coming up in Washington Avenue, Malvern East. Tell us about this one.
Washington Avenue, and I'm sure you're very interested with that result that happened over the last few days, Gary. But I can tell you, Washington Avenue, we sold a few doors down a few years back, and we had a great auction there. Expecting a good auction turnout for this one as well. I love single level homes. 3 bedrooms and the right pocket of Malvern East, right near our office as well. So come chat real estate with us anytime.
I love a twilight auction, and we've got one in Warail Street with a beautiful view, which the heading is 270-degree views are just the start. Tell us about this.
Could have also been called the Graham Callan Muse, this building, because Graham Callan, bit of a selling specialist in this block. We sell a few in this subdivision and this complex right near our office, right near the train station. Amazing views and one of the best apartments in this complex as well. Come check it out at our twilight auction.
I think it might have been Hot Chocolate, or could have been another band that had a great hit called Emily, Emily, and we are selling in Emily Street in Carnegie.
That was Jackie, but anyway, we'll call it Emily.
No, it isn't Emily, but it was a Jackie as well, you're right. Tell us about this one.
Emily Street, that one's like literally off the charts in terms of numbers. Rishi had like 50 groups through this split level residence the other day with this massive courtyard. We're expecting a good turnout. 2 bedrooms, modern, great feel in terms of outdoor space as well. I think this is going to go really well.
We are selling in Kooraga Road, and we've sold in Kooraga Road. We've got another one we're selling in Kooraga Road now. For 27 to 29 is coming up, this villa unit, very affordable range.
So we sold the 2-bed, 2-bath and 2-car one recently. We've got another one in the complex, this time without the garage and 1 bathroom less, but more from an affordability point of view. Recently refurbished. You love the polished floorboards, and the courtyard space here as well is an absolute ripper as well. And
we bring down the curtain in the same address of where our office is situated, which happens to be Koornang Road, Carnegie. What a buzzing, great street that is. This is the residential part of the street, which we've got a very affordable property in this number 2 at 258 Koornang Road.
Well, we've covered a few 2-bedroom villas today, but this one's the 3-bedroom one with the 2nd bathroom as well. Love the position here, near all the parks and all the action that Carnegie has to offer, right near the 67 tram terminus as well. And check this one out if you're looking for single level luxury.
Being handled by David Thompson, who of course is a real estate icon, well known in the area.
Doing great things. He's had a very good month, David. I'm very happy for him.
He is a gun, no question about that. That is a big wrap on the Carnegie Murrumbeena Report as we head into the final couple of months. There's 6 weeks of frenzied selling, I reckon, this year still, Leo, and maybe a little bit after that. It's not too late.
2 months left, the quadrella legs, if you want to call it the horse racing season, let's call it that.
Fair enough. You're in the final straight now. We've got a lot of things happening. November, December. I think December will go quite late, but if you're wanting to sell this year, jump on, ring now, call now, call now, call now. Or if you're wanting to sell in 2025, not a bad idea to call us now either, because we are scheduling and planning sales. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Gary Peer.
And I'm Leo Samuel. Have a fantastic week.
See you next time.